So guys, you're welcome back to this particular YouTube channel and thank you for joining me once again. Now let me start this video by telling you that all we hear now in Nigeria are actually bad news. Because the government of this country led by Tinubu has failed to do what they are supposed to do. They have failed to provide for its citizens. They have failed to provide both in terms of security and otherwise for the citizens of this particular country. They have also plunged this particular country into serious poverty. And that is why today, a lot of death and a lot of stampede has been recorded. A few days ago, was it yesterday or before yesterday, about 35 persons, mostly children, actually lost their life in a Christmas fun fair in Oyo State, Ibadan. You need to see the kind of crowd that graced that particular occasion just because of the food item that they're going to share in that particular meeting. This underscores the level of poverty and hunger that has rampaged this particular country under the watchful eyes of this particular government led by Tinubu. And as if that one is not enough, about 10 persons also lost their life in Abuja because of palliative. And today, 19 persons actually lost their life in Anambra State, or Okija precisely, because they went to collect food item, easy rice or whatever they are sharing there. This is how people are losing their lives, all because of food. Because people are hungry. And what do you expect from someone that is hungry? At every single occasion where they call to share whatever thing that they're going to share, be it palliative or whatever, people are going to go there simply because they are hungry. The government has actually failed them. I can tell you the truth, it has never been this bad in our country, Nigeria. It has never been this bad. Because if you see the mammoth crowd that gathers whenever there is any call for sharing of palliative or food items, you will be marveled. Because there is hunger in the land. People are hungry. The government has indeed reduced the purchasing power of Nigerians. I tell you the truth. You see, this is what we have been saying, that election actually has consequences, but people refuse to listen. People were busy voting somebody from their region or somebody from their tribe or religion and whatever. And look at the consequences today. Nigerians dying like flies, all because they want to collect free food and palliatives. Now, a lot of Nigerians have actually come out to react to this particular incident that is actually happening in Nigeria at this particular point in time, where people are dying from stampede simply because they want to go and collect free food and free palliatives. Now, somebody like Tinubu has taken to his Twitter account to sympathize with the people who lost their lives and their families, and as well send a strong message to the government being led by Tinubu. This is what Tinubu actually had to say. He said, "I am deeply saddened and distressed by the tragic loss of lives in desperate searches for food. A few days ago, about 35 people, mostly children, lost their lives in a stampede at a Christmas fun fair in Ibadan, Oyo State. This morning, reports emerged of at least 10 people losing their lives in Abuja while scrambling for palliatives, with many others injured. Now, I just heard about 19 more lives were lost in another stampede in Okija, Anambra State, as people struggle to receive food items. While I will not cast blame, but instead appreciate the organizers of these respective events for their kind gestures in providing palliatives and support to society, especially the poor. These tragedies reflect the systemic failures that plague our society. The desperate quest for survival in these harsh economic times has driven our people to extremes in their search for food, often at the cost of their lives. How do we explain that in a nation blessed with abundant resources, our people are dying of hunger in such numbers? How is it possible that we cannot feed our citizens despite the vast fertile lands our nation is endowed with? My heart bleeds. One can only imagine the pain their families are enduring at this moment. My heart goes out to them. I sincerely commiserate with all the affected families and the good people of Oyo, Anambra and FCT over these tragic incidents. May God grant them and all of us the strength to bear these painful losses. May God Almighty grant the departed soul eternal rest, and may the injured recover swiftly." Peter Obi. Now, I believe you saw that was from Peter Obi. He made it clear for people to understand that it is because of the poor economic decision and the economic hardship that we are facing has pushed people to the extreme of searching for food, and to the point of even losing their lives just because they want to collect free food. Meanwhile, this is the country that God has actually blessed with so many natural resources. God blessed us with fertile land that, if Nigeria can return to agriculture, then this country will be food sufficient. But the government of the day has failed to provide or make provisions for that. Look at our farmland has now become a fortress for bandits, kidnappers, and the rest of them. Well, all I can say is that may the soul of the people who lost their life while trying to get free food rest in peace. Now, moving on from that, let me tell you once again that this country is finished. Yes. Now, look at the case of Yahaya Bello, the case of 80 billion naira fraud. You know, we all know how they played politics with that particular fraud. Now, from EFCC trying to arrest him and failing to arrest him and all of that. Now, finally, he was arrested, but now he has been released because he was able to meet the 500 million naira release condition that was given to him. Imagine somebody looting 80 billion naira and he was given a 500 million naira bail condition. And that's why when he came back, you know, he organized a mini party and he and his friends, they were dancing and jubilating all around with even the current governor of Kogi State, Bina Usman Ododo. And this is how they will keep looting the treasury of Edo State, because nothing can be done, nothing will ever happen to them. Yet some Nigerians are still believing that this particular country will change. They are still believing that this particular government will be able to change this country. Nothing is going to happen. Poor masses are dying. They are dying out of hunger. They are dying out of stampede because they went to go and collect free food. Yet our politicians are busy looting the treasury. So guys, I'm going to be showing that particular video of Yahaya Bello dancing with his friends after he was able to meet the 500 million naira bail condition. And then we'll move on from there. Now, I believe you saw that they are indirectly telling Nigerians that these people, there is nothing can be done to them. Absolutely nothing. Even the judiciary has no power over them. Imagine someone looting 80 billion naira and his bail condition is 500 million naira. You know, that is encouraging other politicians to, you know, keep looting. So guys, moving on from there, well-meaning Nigerians have actually come out to applaud Peter Obi after he agreed to meet up with the bail condition of Dele Farotimi. Of course, we know that Dele Farotimi is one of the staunch obedience around and who is fighting for a just cause. The court has actually granted him bail if he can be able to meet the 30 million naira bail condition. I'm going to be allowing you to listen to Yunus Atanko as he explained how Peter Obi has actually agreed to meet up with Dele Farotimi's 30 million naira bail condition. Then we just wrap up the video.
After this particular court ruling, we've been asking for a bail condition for fair hearing. And so I consulted His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi. As the leader of the obedient movement, as a respecter of rule of law, due process and order, he offered to take Dele Farotimi on bail, on the bail condition that's been provided. And he wants to thank all our courts and all the people concerned on this particular matter. His concern is majorly the situation to be resolved amicably in the interest of all of our people and Nigeria and then the legal system.